So, if you're using the Swift Package Manager, you have absolutely hit this crossroads, probably on day one. You run Swift package init, and right away you've got a choice to make, a choice that basically defines your project's entire DNA. Today, we're going to break down that single, critical decision.
So what is it you're building? Is it a set of reusable tools? Something other people can use? Or is it a final runnable product? It seems simple on the surface, but this little fork in the road determines everything: how your code gets used, how it gets shared, and what it can ultimately become.
And this whole decision, it happens in one very specific place, your Package.swift manifest file. Yep, it all comes down to what you declare inside that little products array. This is where you tell the Swift Package Manager exactly what it is you're trying to create.
And let's be super clear here. This is not just about syntax. This is a fundamental architectural decision. The choice you make here is going to ripple through your entire project, affecting its structure, its reusability, and its potential to scale down the road.
Okay, let's dive into the first option, the library. The absolute best way to think about a library is as a toolkit, like a box full of really well-crafted, reusable parts that somebody else can grab and use to build something even bigger. Officially, it's called a .library product. And the key thing to get here is that it's kind of inert on its own. It has no main entry point, it can't run. Its whole reason for being is to be neatly packaged up so other projects can just import it and use all the cool functionality it provides.
And the possibilities here are just huge. I mean, you could build a library for your app's entire networking layer, or maybe create a set of custom UI components that you want to share across different projects. You could even pull out the entire core business logic of your application. It's all about breaking a big system down into smaller, manageable, and, most importantly, reusable pieces.
The whole philosophy is simple, but it's so powerful. Write once, reuse everywhere. And this isn't just about saving yourself some typing. It's about building cleaner, more maintainable systems by stamping out code duplication and creating a single source of truth for your logic.
All right, now let's flip the coin and look at the other side, the executable. If a library is that box of parts, then the executable is the fully assembled machine, all polished up, ready to fire up and get a job done.
The definition is just as direct. A .executable product is a program that you can run. That's it. This means it has an entry point, a place where the program actually starts, which is usually a main.swift file or some code marked with @main. Its purpose isn't to be imported by something else, its purpose is to be executed.
And out in the wild, this could be anything. A command line tool you run in your terminal, a script that automates some tedious build process, a powerful server-side app, or even the main entry point that kicks off your entire iOS app. Its goal is to run, not to be reused.
And its tagline is just as straightforward: run this program. There's really no ambiguity there. It has a job to do, and executing it is how you get that job done. Simple as that.
Okay, so we've met our two contenders, now let's put them side by side, a direct showdown to make the distinctions absolutely crystal clear.
At the highest level, it really just breaks down like this. A library is reusable code that exists to provide functionality to other code. An executable, on the other hand, is a runnable program that exists to execute a task for a user. One is a component, the other is the final product. Let's dig in just a little deeper. The goal and the output are different, of course. Reusable modules versus a runnable binary, but look at that last row, the consumer. This right here is probably the most critical distinction of all. A library is built for other code, for other developers to use. An executable, that's built for an end user to actually run.
Okay, so we get the technical difference, but why does this actually matter in your day-to-day work? What's the real-world payoff for getting this right?
Because mastering this concept is a really clear sign that you're moving from a junior to a more senior mindset. It's about thinking beyond just writing code that works and starting to design systems that are clean, maintainable, and really built to last. And this understanding pays off in two huge ways. First, you'll be able to confidently nail this question in a technical interview. But honestly, way more importantly, it gives you the architectural vision to build better software. You'll just instinctively know when to break a complex feature out into its own reusable library. And that leads to cleaner, more modular code that's a whole lot easier to test and maintain.
And that brings us to one last question for you to think about. Consider the projects you're working on right now. What's the balance look like? Are you mostly building executables that just run? Or are you investing time in creating those reusable libraries? The answer can tell you a lot about your work, and maybe where you want to focus next.